And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Johnson. And he went nowhere. Backwards, back to the 33. Called officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. This defense for the Pats, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Probably got the ball downfield. And as the Saints opposing jerseys come at you.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is one of the best routes you ever have in your offensive playbook. It's tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well. A well-thrown ball. Exactly right. The other guy has some precision into him to put that because looks like
this throw a big lead as he couldn't reach back for it. The Giants had 8 plays down on the year. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get rid of this one.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Dart to the ground on 3rd down. Working in the middle of the field is down there complete. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. On 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But the other guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic, he delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Oh, my God.
He finds one incomplete. Look at this Patriots defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
It's a throw once more. Here's Jordan.
That's me.
Oh, he finds his running back. He slipped right down the middle of the field. Tracy, over 1,000 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. And it's recorded by Ryan up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Riley now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Looking to put a drive together. On first down, they'll start out with Jefferson. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Big play there for New England. Even 58 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They go play action now. May. Touchdown. 6 yards away. And the Patriots are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point splits the offense. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you the question, GM, where might they have to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and the big people always end up winning games for you.
Here's Gard. He's going to fire it deep, middle of the field. Touchdown, Giants! 28 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. We know he can be explosive, and he's always explosive there on the fly route.
You know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had pointed back to us, well, you know something? You execute really well, doesn't matter if they know it's coming. And sometimes I notice there's a beat to as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey roll games. Just a little man, I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that as far as his defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
Frankly, it's just a battle of wits in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which someone can step up and show its work over the other.
He slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead to Jefferson. And managed to pick up about 4. Second down.
Landed 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Right around the 30. Second catch for him today, and they're lined up for first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around the bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out and you can break in. And that's what I do with that.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, Wade. And he gave it 5. That's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
Here's May. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down, but that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As soon as he winked out and began his round, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the legs he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And they'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it.
Oh, my gosh.
But right now, the play calling, we're locked in really well. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Tracy trying to run six. And the reinforcements coming, so they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, good shit.
And the Giants are able to stretch out their lead. It's just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or we could do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reach the same results.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchdown. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they're going to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6. They're going to go 7 and missing something over the ground.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way he's described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything that puts your points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker drop on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Again, through this one. This time they double it. They pick up 6. 3rd down and 1. Up the middle they go. It's low. The Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They will play action with Miller. And the Giants gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter in there area for a loss of 11. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
Up the middle. And he's met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He's something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing here is Miller. Bringing it in. They'll put 15, but they're going to be leading. It's 4th down.
How many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really where we at here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain still a ways to go, though. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the air. May. They'll get that with the trailer complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be taking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll throw with May. And they'll take it in the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. Play after right down the middle. And it's now 21-17. Ball is a touchdown for Harris. Back out to send this one away. Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they're pushing back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They can win no tracks to the opposite zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing his turn. Rifling one. In the hands of Marshall. And he's going to drop forward and get off the single pass to the 30 to the 32. 3rd down and 13. Here's Dart.
Good shit.
He will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
The confidence is powerful, isn't it? If you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They're going to throw. May. And if they take him down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up for 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the shotgun, it's May. Looking outside, he's going there. That's Paul. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And that's this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his back there with his footwork.
And blocked down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he's got enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Look at that ball.
Touchdown, Patriots. A 24-yard touchdown. the Patriots have moved out in front. The extra point now for Borregales. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
41-yard line.
Throwing, dart. This big time here. The Giants are going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw is dart. He takes a shot over the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They're waiting for this one deep inside. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's a good collision speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing again is Dart. The Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dart going to look to throw here.
Even today's NFL, when you think of the tight end position now is really a glorified wide receiver, they're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. Every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Dart once more. He's going to let this go. Back to the end zone. And he's good. Touchdown. A great play. As the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now Riley for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as it kicks away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. With a first down as they begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think you'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Now that's a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Yes, he throws the ball incomplete.
We're seeing so far, the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play, and forced him to try and throw it through contact and short of the sticks.
So they get a traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burned the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll bring them back within a point. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here is starting in the third quarter.
Because the game plan is always on play. And now they get the ball to start the second half. How about the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going in the third quarter.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Jefferson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Jesus Christ. Incomplete.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion. I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's May. The tackle's made at the Giants 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 14.
They certainly have success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he is going to lose range here. A 45-yard loss that time. It's going to be second down, pretty tight. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the shotgun, May with it. And he's got his man on the outline. We'll go back to gain of 6. And that's going to set up the top 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. That's complete. That'll be touchdown here tonight before he does pick up the first.
First down, Patriots.
In motion here is Paul, the tight end. From the gun, it's Miller. Really picked off. It would have been a great time for the first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
So it looks like there's tossing fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Again, Jefferson, right side. And they'll get this one down to about the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left standing at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run.
Oh, he's a dog. Dropped the D lineman back. That's hard.
It was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
To throw, done. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range. And the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw, dart. That's the screen pass. That's complete. A nice job to break free of one tackle that slowed his momentum somewhat, and it's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing is good.
Oh, good shit, defense.
He's out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Hell fucking yeah.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced a turnover. They didn't get the touchdown charge, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Give yourself something to build on for your next possession.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum and moving the football. But something that was good for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last point, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Getting chunks of yardage, getting 1st down, really making a push into the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before and get back to it.
The result here, a pickup of 8. Losing the 2 yards on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's May. Hits it in stride. And they're going to have a 1st down as the tackle's made to the Giants 19. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He finds Taylor for Wayne. They're able to get a couple there. And 2nd down.
To the defense, very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Beautiful.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Pats have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Dallas now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dallas back out to send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that's really which is a problem.
But you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down to the kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ready? 2 yards to go, second down. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And slow materializing there as he made a yard up to the 45.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Working out of the gun is Drive. Here's Dallas target. That's complete. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, here's Drive. Receiver releases it, and out ball incomplete.
This back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just been able to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Throw right side, caught by Neighbors. They get 6, that'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. Throwing again, here's Drive. He's got his run back over the backfield. And they pick up the first.
I'm not sure that was necessary, a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes you're trying to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Tracy going to get it on first down. They will go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards is good for the Giant first down.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go play action with Dart. Now a run here at the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Here's Dart. That's incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Looks like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. To throw now, Dart.
That's bad.
He's back for the Giant touchdown. Touchdown. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Thanks to Paul Byron, up the good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Back out is the kicker, Ryan, and he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead back after the third quarter. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drop for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Good call, stuff that one up and up good. I think Douglas has a good priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of them first.
Throwing here is May. Good receiver complete. And they have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To the air, May. They get that one to Taylor complete. They'll get positive yardage here as every touchdown. 2nd down at 3. Here's May. Great effort there. With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, Boyd Dallas back out to send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone where they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning if that's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. That one deep from Marshall. And this will get intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Throwing his dart. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. That's caught left side by Newton. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
This is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Give the ball to them in open space. Let them do what they do.
This is 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He's got his man in stride complete. This will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Here's 2nd down.
15-yard line.
On the give is Tracy. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling, and when they target on the field, they can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Right back to Tracy. And he's brought down off the 5-yard line. Even 2 on the ground. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. 2nd down, goal to go. Extra point by Randall, up and good. And that will make no rally back. Now this will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. They'll come up, 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. There's that man again, it's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to go to their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
1st down, Patriots.
Back to throw. He's got his man in stride, complete. And the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's a partial stop with even 20 seconds left to go.
If you see some defense and you get a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He puts this over the hands of Taylor. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Well, look to throw.
Fucking go! This nigga can't fuck with me. The fuck? What he fucking do, bro? That shit was easy. 10 seconds, bro. That's a lot of time. Great people.
Send this one away. Pre-series is past the 30. Good starting field position. They get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's 1st down. One final shot. They'll work to throw.
That's what I'm talking about. 30 seconds, all we need.
Ball game comes to an end.
That's what I'm talking about.
Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done. Yeah, the effort, that was
They
good.
should have even got to
Very
that
good.
point.
They were just a little too far out to get a decent look in the end zone for that last opportunity.
Fucking dog.
Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Pats, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. I'm Brandon. Go ahead and start.